Alrighty, been a while, but we are back, I think. Let me know if the audio is working. That's our usual thing, I believe. It's been a while, so it's hard to remember, but I'm pretty sure that's how I start every stream. It's usually what I do. I can't remember the last time I forgot to say that. Anyway, hopefully the audio is working. I haven't gotten any confirmation yet, but that's alright. We'll get there eventually. And my chat is behind by like 10 or 20 seconds too, so you won't hear it immediately. But for now, I guess we can cue the intro, and then we'll switch to iRacing. And there we are. iRacing is ready to go. And yeah, not much else to say. We're just kind of gonna get this thing going. I'm in practice for Carburetor Cup right now. My license isn't good enough to do anything else as far as next gen racing goes, so I'm gonna run the Carburetor Cup in my 41 car. Hopefully nobody loads in before me. I think that's how they determine if you get your number, because otherwise I'm gonna be the 12 in that with my paint scheme saying 41, and that'll be kind of weird. Hey Beast Rover, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. So anyway, we'll get this thing going, see how it goes. I'm probably not going to do too well, but I'll give it a shot. I mean, in practice, I'm usually pretty good in the race, but in practice, I don't know how well I'll do. We'll see. How many cars are in this? 12 so far. Oops, I'm hitting stuff. I'm alright, thank you for asking. I'm doing pretty well. I'm actually very glad that I just came around off the apron to be in this pack. That's a very good thing. I hate that it has a spot of text on there. I'm sure there's a way to get rid of it. I'm probably going to wipe out here trying to keep up with these guys on cold tires. But we'll see how it goes. Oh, and Beast Rover, I'm glad that you're glad to be back. Glad to hear it. Oh boy. It's a good looking chrome decaling. That looks awesome. It took me forever to get this thing done because I rarely do spec maps for my iRacing cars, so I don't do the metallics and stuff very often. And I did the map finish on this, and I put some pretty decent detail. This is supposed to look like the Bristol car that I watched win in person for Kurt. It looks like, oh, they're making contact, careful. But it's supposed to look like that. Trying to get some clean air so I can just run my line and set a good time. 13th right now, or 15 or whatever. So then I just take these guys. There we go. That was better. I'm getting really loose because I'm putting too much wheel into it. So yeah, my favorite part about this game is if you've ever noticed Kurt Busch's front bumper, especially in recent years, but I think he had it on the 41, and that's why I did this. It was hard to tell from the photos, and my photos at Bristol, but they always have like a little bit more metallic and glossy look to the front end of the car, because I guess it's slipperier on the front of the car, is what I would assume is the reason. But anyway, I detailed that on this paint scheme, and I think it looks pretty good as far as realism goes. It doesn't look as good, but it looks realistic, which is what the goal was to replicate the Bristol car. So I'm glad with how it came out. Apparently I still have the voice chat going. I should probably turn that off before I get, striked for bad language or something. I don't know what the policies are on YouTube anymore. I just don't use those words, so it's pretty easy for me to not have to worry about it. Just like the one scenario. How loud do I have the voice chat? I'll just turn it down. I don't feel hear it. Just turn it down to 30 decibels below. Ooh, that was a decent loud bit. This is going to be a good lap too, if I can not spin out off 2. It's weird because I'm used to having a much wider field of view, but because I'm setting up the monitor to have the the chat, the stream panel, and iRacing all open at once, it looks different for sure. I have to use the joystick on the wheel to look around a lot more. What was that lap time? That was only a 39.6. Wow. That was frustrating. Still is frustrating. I thought that was a decent lap. Guess I have worn off the tires too much. Run into the pits, turn off voice chat, and fix this thing with some new tires. This is the greatest part about iRacing with the reset, is that you can just not have to do pit road. So there we are. See, I love that front end. It looks like the real car, in my opinion. I'm really proud of the way that came out. So we want to go, yeah, I like that. It looks pretty good. I'm glad you think so as well. Glad you like it. Let's see. Oh, options, that's what I want. I don't even know if I clicked that or not. Graphics, no, we don't want graphics. We want turn off PC, and there we go. Request a new car, because I don't remember if it actually gives you new tires or not, just from resetting, but here we go. I love to do like the burnout with the rear tires going off pit road, but I spin out half the time, so I should probably be careful while I'm streaming live to use it, because then I become an instant NASCAR meme, possibly. That would not be good. I gotta be careful while I'm doing this during the race too. I don't want to get banned from iRacing or look like an idiot. Either one would be terrible. Oh, that was not a good corner. Oh well. Too loose, too loose, too loose. Jeez. Well, there goes the first lap, and the tire wear a little bit. 10 mile an hour off as I hit the line. Jeez. Oh, in the wall. Alright, let's save the tires as much as possible for 3 and 4, but now I gotta get this thing wound up so I can set a good time. I should be able to compete with the guys at the top. I've set a 39.2 a few times before, but I'm not super great here. I only bought the track for the content on iRacing this week. Really fighting looseness and stepping out in the rear. And about 7 minutes until I got to load in qualifying. So I'm a second off because it took so long to get going. This is going to be a good corner, I hope. That was a good corner, look at that. I'm trying to exit at least 180 miles an hour. Have a specific line that I like to run either. I just try and get as much throttle in as possible, and that's kind of what determines where I go. This should be a decent lap. Second at speed lap on tires. Yep, 39.4, so it's decent. This is going to be good too. If I don't spin out and I hit the wall set. Alright, well there goes that lap. I doubt they'll count it, and I came off the wall too, so I added extra distance. Oops. And the tires are wearing too, so I'm going to have one more shot at it this next lap, and then I got to pit again if I want to keep going for fast times. I probably should do some more tire wear practice, but I don't really want to. I want to try and set the top time. Tires wear, it's harder to get it loose, which is good, so I might actually be able to get a better time here. We'll see. But there's less grip as well. So I don't know how this is going to go. The second placer is not passing me, so that's probably a good thing. I'm trying to watch his line in the mirror to see what he runs. Again. I also don't know how powerful, I mean, I know, but I don't know how to judge exactly in timing how good the draft is here. It looks like it's pretty powerful, at least during the race, but I don't know how much he's going to be able to, like, how much of the time that he gained on me was from the draft. I have no idea. It could have been a tenth, it could have been 3/10. I don't know how much faster or slower I am than this guy. Could be a good lap just because I'm following this guy, and that wasn't good. Okay, time to reset and get some new tires and fix the car up. And there we go, back to pit road and back off pit road, just like that. Oh boy, don't tell me I'm going to run into this car. Oh boy, oh boy. That was a very slow exit off the road. The Carburetor Cup is interesting because there's a lot of guys like me who are decent, but they're not great, and there's some guys that are actually pretty good, and it's kind of like Cup guys running the Xfinity, and you got the other guys that are like, you know, just starting out, and it's a really interesting mixture of experience levels. So it's fun to race in this, especially for me because I'm decent. I'm in the decent category, so I can kind of, you know, I can kind of enjoy beating people, but also have a challenge of people in front of me. It's kind of fun. Not a good lap. Let's give another shot. It was decent. Not great for a first lap on new tires. Just chasing this thing up the track. Don't hit the wall. I hit the wall. Oops. We'll see if this lap counts. I doubt they'll count it because I hit the wall pretty good. Trying to cut it down low, one because I can straighten off the exit, and two because it's shorter, but then I have to put more wheel into it and it gets loose, which is not a good thing. Yeah, that was 39 feet, so that was slower. See how this is. I'm going to try the top this time, just keep it up here. That was much better, didn't get loose very badly. That was good. At least it felt good. We'll see how the timing sheet says it is. It was 38.96. It's my best time. 39.4. So I got to do a little better here. Oh, I got no time left. Alright, time to load into qualifying. This should be interesting. This is the part that's interesting for you guys to watch, I hope. This is qualifying. We're all hopping out so we can join in on qualifying. I'm actually pretty proud of that car. I like that. It's just a replica for the most part of a real car, but I think the spec map was fairly difficult because I've only done like 2 before, and it took me like 3 hours each on those, and this one was like maybe 45 minutes. So I'm starting to learn the spec maps a little better. Mostly I just hate transferring the decal layers over to the spec map, so it's time consuming, but could probably do a little better with the quality as well. the screen, make sure that I didn't miss any chat messages or anything, because I have no idea how this stuff is going. That's the one thing I hate about doing these streams on the sim stuff, is that you never know if somebody's gonna send a message and then you miss it. It's hard for me to know if somebody's sending something in the chat, and I hate ignoring it, basically. I hate to basically put you guys on hold. I have it up, but it's hard to look. Qualifying I will not look. I'm going to have to try and do well. And then on the straightaways, for the most part, I can look at the chat. Getting closer. Takes a while to load. I don't know how fast this is relative to what it should be, but it's faster than my old PC, that's for sure. Usually this takes about 2 minutes to load, 2 or 3, so it should be, I think, I'm just estimating. I never actually timed it, never even looked at the clock. It just feels like it's 2 or 3 minutes. It's been better the last couple days though, than usual. Hopefully I get my car number 41 so I can not look like an idiot. Because it bothers me too. So I would call myself an idiot if I was doing this, which I hope I'm not. When I put the 41 font, I can have issues with if they don't give me car number 41. We'll see if they do. I don't know if they will or not because it hasn't loaded. Do I have to load in? Is that the problem? I have to start? Yeah, okay, I got 41. Cool, so now my custom number actually looks proper, so that's good. Let's get this thing going, see if I can just get off pit road nice and quick. Make sure I do this cleanly. There's only 31 seconds left in the practice session, which means that I actually loaded in faster than I thought I would on the loading screen. Usually it takes much longer than that. Especially if I'm streaming, it would take longer than giving me a minute left in the session. Practice is over, okay. Let's see how far I can send it into turn 1 before they kick me. Apparently I can send it pretty far. That was a good turn 1. Let's try and duplicate that in qualifying. Good thing is you get 2 laps, so if and when I probably screw up, I can have another chance. This should be interesting. I have no idea where I'm going to qualify. Sometimes I'm like a second off, sometimes I win the pole. It just depends on how stupid I am and how aggressive and stuff. So hopefully I'm smart and not too aggressive, but also aggressive enough. This should be an interesting corner. Try to keep the wheels straight as I can, and also accelerate as much as I can. That was actually a really good corner. Didn't make a doing. About 190.5 miles an hour going into, or coming across the line, I mean. So that was good. Let's see if I can make this stick. That would be great if I do. Can't hit the wall or it'll DQ my lap, so that would be unfortunate. Cutting to the bottom was a 39.4. That was better. Okay, so got a good amount of time on the field. We'll see how long it sticks though. Especially now that that was a 39.484, so there were 3 thousandths behind me. That was close. And now I just get to wait in nervousness, hoping that I can win this pole. Because track position is fairly important at this track, because it's hard to pass on the inside. And I got beat. That's, oh man, 200ths too. That's close. Wow. That was tight. I mean, the top 3 are within, you know, a quarter of a tenth. That's close. Yeah, it was tough to get beat. That was a fairly good lap. I mean, I know in practice they were setting 39.2, so it wasn't like I had a great lap, but it was one of my better ones in a while. I haven't had this good of a lap in a few days. I like the look of this car though. I'm proud of that. It looks decent. My name on here is Taylor Z. Sparks. My actual name is Noah, but for privacy, I have it as Taylor Z. Sparks. Oh wow, the chat is closer than I thought it would be to real time. Yeah, it's just for privacy on iRacing. I don't want everybody seeing my name, so I just put it as that. So you have to have it sound realistic, so I couldn't do like XIRON graphics or something. I have to do something that sounds realistic. And believe it or not, Taylor Sparks was taken, so I just did Z, the middle initial, for my dog Zoe. And that's how it kind of, you know, just picked a couple names and put Zoe as the middle name, basically. So that's what it is, and I can't ever change it, so it'll just stay that way. Why does it say I'm in first? Oh, that's just where I was at that point in the lap. Okay. A dab emoji. Alright. I don't know what prompted that, but that's kind of fun, actually. And 8 seconds left. This should be quite the interesting race, because I'm on the front row. Unless somebody puts a time in like the next however long, 3 seconds. Which I doubt. Although somebody did, but it wasn't a top time. Like I was hoping it wouldn't be, and it wasn't, so that's good for me. Alright, so time to grid the car. So I want to go to me. Oh shoot, I gotta get on my own car. Oh, if and when somebody wrecks me, or I wreck somebody else, we can know who it was. Here we go. This should be interesting. This should be very interesting. I just don't know what to expect out of these guys, because like I said, some of them are really new to this, and some of them are like me. Some of them are really good. Just depends. Definitely going to be chaotic at some parts of the field. Sometimes it's at the front, sometimes it's at the back. You never really know what you're going to get with this. And sometimes I just push it too hard and wreck myself. I'm pretty cool-headed in this. I'm very careful and cautious. But sometimes I wreck myself just getting out of control. But I'm very careful when I'm around other cars. It's very rare that I hit somebody. Sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worse. Meaning, sometimes I lose out on spots because I'm too careful, and sometimes sometimes I'm just smart enough that I almost get wrecked or wreck myself or wreck both of us or whatever, and I don't because I'm being cautious. I would say it helps me out more than it doesn't, and that's why I continue being that way, but it certainly could be a little bit less cautious, but I don't know where the line is, so it's better to be safe than sorry in my opinion, at least in this scenario. Especially when you're racing in the races where the license is impacted, you want to be careful, and because if you wreck people and it looks intentional, you can get banished from iRacing, which isn't very fun either. Alright, here we go. On to the pace lap, as soon as the leader gets going. love that the spotter tells in the crew chief and everything, they tell you everything. Cannot catch the pace car. Love it. This is probably going to be a bad race for me. I just have a feeling. So it's not probably. I have a feeling it's going to be a bad race for me, but we'll see. It's a good looking car. I like that one. Personally, mine is my favorite, but that's very biased. One, because I made it, and two, because it's meaning. But certainly something I enjoy, so I can enjoy it and have it my favorite if I want. I think. At least that's my opinion. I like to light up the rear tires just to be nice and careful of. Not careful. It's really dangerous on the pace lap to light up the rears, but it's good for the start of the race to have warmer tires. I don't know if I look like an idiot or not, because I tend to like to warm up the tires, but sometimes most people don't, I would say. So it's hard to know. That was a good start for me. Oh, I thought I missed a shift. That was good. He missed a shift, that's for sure. Heard it. Alright, to the point to start the race. We'll see how long it lasts, especially because I have to be careful off turn 1 and 2. That's tricky on full tires. Apparently I got a good shift into 5th because he could not keep up as soon as I shifted. See if I can keep this thing going. There we go. I'll get my relative going. Alright, this could actually be a good race for me. I don't know why I was assuming. I guess I just had a feeling, but maybe it was the wrong feeling. Because I'm doing well so far. We'll see how long it lasts, but I'm going to try and do well. And I usually don't do well when I'm talking to a friend or something while I'm doing this, so I've never led on stream before on iRacing, so that's why I say talking to a friend or something, because I've never streamed and talked to the viewers. But this is going to be interesting. That was almost a wreck because I wasn't paying attention. I was looking at the chat in the middle of the corner because I'm not very smart. So oops, almost wiped out, but that's okay, I guess. Just a little bit of the brakes, get it to angle down, and just light up the throttle. Keep the wheels straight, and that should be a good exit. We'll see how long, or well this goes, how long it lasts, but I'm trying not to kill the tires either, so we'll see how it goes. I'm going to start saving the tires a little bit. There's the wall, thank you. Almost hit the wall there, got tight. Out front is everybody can see what line you're running and they can learn. So I hate that I'm teaching people what I'm doing, even if it's not the best method. That it's certainly working well, and I hate that I can show 2nd place and 3rd place and 4th place what I'm doing, so they know exactly what my driving style is for the most part. They can't see exactly how much throttle and where I'm hitting the throttle, but they can see when it slows down and speeds up. So I don't know. There, I hit a bump or something. Good thing for me, the 2nd place car hit the wall, I believe, so I should be good to go, but they didn't hit it hard enough to slow them down. It probably helped them make the corner and accelerate sooner. I'm going to try and run the top as much as I can as well, because that is less wheel input, less tire wear. The 2nd's in the wall again, so that's a good thing. This is going to be a tough race because I think I killed my tires trying to pull away so I could save my tires, and I think I kind of didn't help myself there. And now it's not turning, so that's not good. Killed the tires. Oops. Burned them off. Now I gotta hope this goes well. And careful of this lapped car here because you never know who doesn't care if they get banned. Not gonna make the corner. Made it, but I had to lift quite a bit, so that wasn't good. Gotta run up high entering the corner so I can get that straight exit. Liking the way this running order is, but I don't know how long it'll last. It's a matter of holding these guys off, but I don't know how well or long I can do it. I'm doing it okay so far, because I'm backing off into the corner and I have enough of a gap that they can't get inside, so that's helpful. But I'm killing the tires. I can hear them sliding. The sound effects. Please. Thank you. That was close. As soon as I give up the inside, the race might be over for me as far as winning. I just don't know how long I can hold this. I'm going to try taking away his line this time. That was probably not a good choice, because he could hit me out of the way or something, but it worked. They were patient. That was good. I'm really counting on Charles to be patient. That's the biggest thing. Okay, well, that's the end of them. Might be the end of me. I don't know why they were not checking up when I was slowing down, but oh well, my car's fine, I think. We'll see as I get through this corner. I think he's fine too somehow, which is crazy to think about. I think I might have gotten some major damage though. I don't know how bad it is. So we'll see. But now it's looking good for Tom. I just got tight off the corner and he ran right through me. That was quite the incident. I don't know how he has a car left. I mean, he went up in the air and stuff through my car. I don't know how either of us have a car left, to be honest. If I can come back to win this, that would be something. But that wasn't good. I got way too tight off the corner, so I kind of lost it there. Try and just save tires and hope these guys have burned them off in a way that they'll lose later on in the run, but I doubt it. It looks like I'm... Oh, and this guy's on new tires, that's why. David Collins 8 is on new tires, so that's going to help them go faster. So that's why they passed me so easily, and second place. Somehow Charles is pulling away even with that major impact. I don't know how that works. That was weird. I don't know what iRacing's policy is on smashing through somebody else's car and continuing on to win, and it wasn't intentional, but still, like, my goodness. That was quite the impact to be able to possibly go on and win for either of us. Speed in the center to do it. Now that I'm using brake, I have a feeling I'm killing the tires a little bit more too. Gotta run the top more too, I keep forgetting. I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. hard to know how much of this is me losing the tires and how much of the car is just damage. I have a feeling I'm losing time on the straights. Maybe getting extra drag because of that. I would assume that's what it is. That was a good corner, kept the speed pretty good. Well, I'm going to need Tom to take out Charles to win this, it looks like. I'm pulling away from 4th still, so that's good. And I think 4th was actually the one that started on pole. But I'm not doing a good job in that corner. That was awful, wow. Alright, let's try that again. Well, not try that, but try turns 3 and 4 again next time around and see if it is better or worse. I just don't know how much this is me driving it wrong and how much of it's the car. It's going to be interesting to watch the replay and see what visual damage I at least have. If there's none, then it means I just killed the tires. If there's a little bit, then who knows what it is. Looks like Charles is pulling away from Tom, so that's probably not good for me. They're both pulling away from me. And now Timothy is closing in on me pretty quickly. Probably going to be a three-way fight for 3rd. Oh, I barely tapped it, that's good. Didn't even register as far as an incident or whatever. Am I closing in on 2nd? I feel like I'm actually gaining time now. I wasn't looking, but it feels like I'm gaining. It certainly could be if they wore off their tires trying to run each other down. We'll see. 4th and I are equal, so that's interesting. They're not going to catch each other, it doesn't look like, so that's kind of too bad for me. Trying to catch the seam a little bit, that might help. There we go, it did. That's good. But I couldn't catch it enough to turn better. I mean, I caught it to turn better, but it wasn't letting me accelerate anymore than I wanted, or than I was before. Two to go. This is not my night, at least this race. I'm going to race again after. We'll see if I stream it. I doubt it. It's another, half hour. Actually, I'll probably do it because I can join practice and stream the practice while we're waiting for it. Probably hit the wall here if I don't back out. And I was going to, and I backed out. 11th, David Collins 8 just lost a ton of time. I don't know what that was. Now they're gaining on me again. I don't know if it's just the way they're running the corner or if they had an issue for a moment. Now they're pulling away by a ton, so I would think it's just the elastic effect. And I got a fight on my hands for this last lap because I got 28 seconds between me and 5th, I mean 4th. Alright, well that was kind of disappointing. I don't know what happened. I mean, I got hit, but I don't know if it damaged the car or what. If it killed the tires, I have no idea what happened. But I probably could have had a good battle with Charles, I think. Looks like Tom ran his stuff off because I'm gaining on him the last 2 laps. For the most part, it's been about equal, but I probably could have pulled in better if whatever happened to me didn't happen. carburetor cup, amateurs, well, not professionals, but experienced guys and decent guys like me. And we all, oh my, not sure what they were thinking, but okay. Okay, so how damaged is my car? It looks fine to me, which is fascinating because I got nailed. I mean, that was a huge wreck on, I think, lap 9. So this, I think this was the lap, because I sent it up top and then I cut down low. Yeah, this has to be it. I didn't get it to point as much as I wanted it to. And then this right here was, no, it wasn't this lap, so it was the next one. It felt like it was in the first half. Yeah, so right here I hit the wall, and somehow, like, I don't know why he hit me. Oh, it wasn't as bad as it looked in the car. That was interesting. I don't know why he was that close to me anyway, as far as side to side. There probably should have been more room, but that's alright. That was just kind of odd. Weird incident. Yeah, I mean, I guess it makes sense because he wasn't expecting me to hit the wall, but I guess I'm just frustrated because I could have won that, probably should have won that as far as having won the pole, or second, I guess. So that was pretty good, starting first as far as after lap 1. So I did decent, but it wasn't perfect. So, alright, let's get this thing going to the next race. Well, yeah, I think we're going to actually hang this thing up. So, yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the race and the stream. Sorry I couldn't bring it home. I'm sure that you got, well, at least the subscribers were cheering for me. Didn't quite get there, but that's alright. So thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Glad you enjoyed if you did. And make sure to subscribe if you enjoyed, yada yada yada, all that stuff that everybody says every video, stream, premiere, whatever it is. Short, I guess they have now, the YouTube shorts. So thanks for watching. I'll see you all very, very soon. Peace out.